So I don't do much on Facebook except for use it for Marketplace and answering fan DMs and stuff like that. But since I've unfollowed most of my family, the only posts I do see when I log in are from the PPC Builders Club. Someone suggested I like this group like 10 years ago, and I've always enjoyed the ridiculous troubleshooting questions that pop up from its Patreons. People love to use this group as a new PCMR Google, and I've done a funny video about it in the past, so check it out. But when I logged in last week to check some notifications, I was happy to be greeted by one of the most outrageous PC mods I'd ever seen. A user by the name of Darth Beavis had posted a quip about kids not knowing how to do cable sleeving these days, and showing a picture of an anatomically correct PC, saying this is how you do sleeving. With the most insane robot Android Metal T100 computer I'd ever seen, I was immediately intrigued. I could tell this man-sized shaped computer was straight out of the 2000s, as its red motherboard and red and blue tubing just gave it away. I wanted to know more. The Android Autopsy post pictured the computer holding a copy of Computer Power magazine with a picture of the robot on it, so I knew where I could start looking. Of course, I quick Google search found that the CPU magazine back catalog was on archive.org, and it didn't take me long to track down the original issue, and bam, there's that name again, Darth Beavis. It turns out the guy who made the PC was actually the guy who posted it on Facebook. The issue of PC Mag was from 2007 November and featured a 2-page spread detailing Darth Beavis's anatomy of a wicked mod. Now I knew I could contact the creator and directly reach out and get some more info on this whole thing. So before we continue, I wanted to briefly explain why this PC mod is so interesting to me. I have an uncle named Dan who is an artist, and when I was young, I remember him making this abstract piece of art in my grandmother's garage. It's a 70s mannequin with clothing made of microchips. My uncle had barrels full of these chips somehow, and had made clothing by individually attaching each chip onto this 70s era suit. Anyways, I love how this Android PC man exists. It's like the evolution of my uncle's art. It's not a man clothed in computers, the man is the computer. Alright, so now that we know why I'm predisposed to computer mannequins, we can get back to the star of the show, the autopsy. After reaching out to Richard, I was happy to find out he's a long-term member of the PCMR community. He's actually worked with NVIDIA and other brands modding and promoting things in trade shows, and here he is with Jay's 2 cents at CES 2014 working for Primo Chill, and here's a picture of him and Linus and Luke, just hanging out. Richard went on to tell me that after winning the CPU Mag contest, NVIDIA made him their main go-to modder for projects. He worked with them for years at trade shows and events, and he even worked for them for an internship during school. After that, he was a consultant for many companies, AMD, Crucial, Cooler Master, etc. But his last project was working with Vanilla Ice for computers on the Vanilla Ice project. That's insane. That's crazy. I didn't even know there was computers in the Vanilla Ice project. But he explained that he actually made this computer on the suggestion of his wife, who suggests some sort of anatomy-themed build, and kind of changed the trajectory of his career. So that's cool. So this is the stuff of PC modding legends, I tell you. So do you want to know the specs of this anatomy computer? Well, it's 2007, so it has an Intel Q6600. 4 cores, overclocked to 3.1 gigahertz. Kind of seems like with all that water cooling equipment, it could have went a little further. Had an 8-bit, I haven't seen them in a while, Fatality F190HD motherboard, a BFG, again, absent from today's manufacturers, 8800 GTS with 640 megabytes of RAM, 8 gigabytes of LED ballistics RAM, a Danger Den blocks, Tribal Overkill Liquid Evolution reservoir, 3 DDC pumps, Tegan power supply, and 500 gig regular old hard drive, of course. All this was housed in a fiberglass mannequin that claimed the life of Richard's Dremel. With real metal bones and a skull that was carefully crafted to basically make the sickest custom loop computer, Richard says he still does have the Autopsy PC, however, it's been a long time since it was fully operational and assembled. So that's it for today's video. Just wanted to go, back in time. From time to time I like to showcase these weird old mods and PCs, and since I grew up with an eccentric artist uncle who was trying to put microchips on clothing of mannequins way back in the 1990s, I was particularly impressed when I saw a working example of a real working computer mannequin man, and it certainly deserves its place in PC modding history. Thanks to Darth Beavis for answering all the questions and providing pictures, and thanks to all the Patreons who've been popping up on the screen who helped me make videos. I'll be back next week with some more, and thank you very much for watching.
Yo, VIP. Let's kick it.